Okay, cool. So go ahead and do that then. Okay. Alright, I hate this so much. I hate it.
So annoying.
Mr. Claus in the flesh. joshybears.
He's been working on this character.
Oh, has he?
Oh,
And you have a sig.
not all that chill with it.
Yeah. Well, Josh, I don't think it makes sense. An Australian Santa Claus. It's wrong.
Is she got it right? You tell me about it.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like it's wrong. Am I controversial for saying that? I think Santa Claus should be an American.
Look, you give me 20 fucking bucks, you give me a hat, and whatever this is the best you're gonna get, all right? And a caramel crunch.
And I'll add on to that. I don't think Santa Claus should just be American. I think he should be a black American.
Are we rolling?
Santa Claus, can you come on out? Santa!
Hey, you bitch!
Is it Peter? I knew it. I knew Peter would be here.
Where's his money, bud?
Where's my money? You took my money and didn't even have the consideration to give me a reach around.
So I think this is yours.
It is. Give Santa his crush.
Oh my god.
You know what? Actually, you sit next to Slime. You come sit next to Slime.
Wow, here we are at the Yard Podcast.
Make your way on through.
I've been fooled. I was like, why are we rolling?
Oh my god! I broke Aiden's chair instantly.
God.
Yes!
This is good for us.
Yes! Yes!
I knew it. Yes. I knew it because everyone was kind of like on, and I was like, what is this shit? You can't hide anything. Why are you dressed like that?
Well, I'm just wearing normal clothes.
No, you're not.
This is what I wore yesterday.
You look like you're in a Papa Roach music video. Hi, Peter.
How are you?
Peter, you gotta
I'm
bring
good.
that puppy right next to your lips. You can bend it all the way up.
I'm good.
Get it? You need it. What do you mean?
You get really close, like talk into it. Hey, Santa says he's good. He's good.
I'm good.
I'm straight. Boom. Here's your coffee. Santa.
Excellent. Thank you.
Wow.
And welcome to the Christmas episode, Slime. And he did bring up an important question. Where is his money? Where is Santa's check?
Dude, I didn't get paid from you.
Did you send an invoice?
No.
So not only did you not send an invoice for yourself, think about it. You didn't send an invoice for Papa St. Nick?
Well, okay. If I would have done that, it would have been for me because I earned it, Peter.
Wow. Not even a fucking steak dinner.
Oh, no steak dinner.
I don't have the money.
I told him you were going to take me out the next time you're in New Hampshire or I'm here, and you're taking me out. I want Del Frisco's.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever you want. Del Frisco's.
That was the ghost of Del Frisco.
Did that just fall on you? Is
yeah.
Del Frisco's a steak spot?
I don't know.
Never heard
Santa?
Yep. I just saw it. Del Frisco's.
I think that's where Santa met his wife.
And you're taking out Mrs. Agren.
Okay.
Wait.
Claus.
Mrs. Claus.
I can do that.
To be clear, all of you at the same time, right? You're not asking him to take out.
Oh no, all of us at the same time. We're not gonna have an Aiden repeat.
Wait, you heard about the Aiden thing?
I did.
No.
I got some words for him too.
That's why he's not on the pod right now, guys. He's actually back.
Oh, he's
Peter just paid him a visit.
Aiden's in a ditch somewhere.
Peter, welcome to the Yard Podcast. Peter's my stepfather, and I wanted you to come here, one, to give Slime a chewing out, which he deserves, and we're not done with you. And Christmas Day, we're gonna put you on a roast and cook you and eat you.
Okay. No,
Stop
you
talking.
won't.
Stop talking. We're gonna do that. The second thing I wanted to talk about was me and Peter's history.
I can't we had to kick Josh out. That's so
history.
funny.
That's right.
That's so funny.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because it's a
so
surprise.
dog.
It's not dog.
Why didn't you tell me, like, no, we'll just do the three of us?
Oh, that was Nick.
What the fuck?
I told Nick to handle that. I had to
This
handle
is
getting Peter on.
insane.
It's not insane.
He's
I did
sitting
my
in there
job.
like an asshole right
I did my
now.
job,
I'm being gaslit so hard. I was gonna throw you under the bus.
but I already did it.
He did it first, so now it's your
This
fault.
was his idea.
Well, why didn't you just say, we'll just do us three?
Well, actually,
That piece of
That's
shit.
what I said
actually,
No, you didn't.
in the chat.
No, you didn't.
Let Peter cook.
actually, this was a sublime maneuver of manipulation because I was only talked into doing this afternoon at the shopping mall.
I'm
we
blown
did
away,
also
Peter.
hoodwink you into throwing on a Santa costume, which you look ravishing.
Thank you.
You pull it off well.
I don't think I need to gain any weight to emulate Santa's belly, though.
No, don't ever say that, ever.
In the court of the right police, me
Bro,
speaking.
I said, I
It's-
vote job.
it's-
Are we doing job?
Look,
and then I replied, "It's fine. I can't find a costume anywhere. We can just run it normal."
I don't
The
know what
set
that
looks good.
means.
welcome back to the Yard, episode 69, everybody.
I'm blown away.
Hey, episode 69, starring Santa Claus.
It's the Christmas episode.
I'm still waiting for Slime to acknowledge that he's going to take me out for a steak dinner.
Peter, of course I'll take you out for a steak.
And he can get whatever he wants.
I can get whatever. Lobster
Yes.
tails.
And we can bring
Yes.
all
Lobster
we
tails
can
and
bring
steak.
all the family,
Yes, all the family
Well, that-
except Ludwig.
even the French family.
Do I have to?
Uh-huh.
No, really?
Mrs. Claus has to come.
Well, she's great. No one's saying no to Mrs. Claus. But what about like, is it cousins?
Are you
and
an elf in this analogy?
I'm part of the family, guys. I don't just become
You don't get to go.
it's Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Who do they give birth to? I'm Rudolph.
Do they have a child? Is Jesus their child?
I believe it's Rudolph, and that's from God.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's how that works.
Rudolph is Jesus's child from
Yeah.
God.
That's right. Peter, I wanted you to tell the story. Two stories in particular. One, I'm going to put you on blast.
Okay.
Do you want to do that now?
Sure.
I want to tell the story of when Peter and my mom met.
Sure.
Because they started dating when I was just exiting high school. And I was very excited when you met my mother, my stepfather Peter, because my mom was all lonely and I was going to leave the nest. And I was
She
like,
wasn't lonely. I was talking to her.
You were not. And I was in high school.
When you were in high
That
school,
actually, the math is close.
It is kind of close.
yeah, I was a grown ass man.
Peter met her, and I was kind of pumped because I was leaving to college, going 3,000 miles away. And I was like, oh, she won't be alone. But apparently, I didn't know about this. I don't know how you bagged my mom because the first date you took her to Five Guys.
No, that's not true.
I heard this.
No. Well, a lot of it is untrue or had been
You
exaggerated.
took her to Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
No, I didn't. No. So the way it happened was I met Paloma at a bonfire in April of 2013.
Did you find her breathtaking?
At the North Pole.
And I didn't know her. I just sat next to her like this in some chairs at a bonfire.
Did you choose to
And I
sit
was-
next to her because she's beautiful?
No, it was
Lie.
it was the open space. I just grabbed her and said, "Hey,
Yeah. It had nothing to do with
can
how
I,
she.
can I put my chair here?" And so then we struck up a conversation. We were talking, and
And she said, "Why are you dressed like a Santa Claus?"
yeah, no.
Because he always wears this.
So anyway, she expressed, that she liked this music that I had put on for everyone to listen to, which was Feist. It was indie rock. She's a solo artist. So anyway, I dropped off a CD of that music with the host and said, "Could you please give it to this woman because she really liked
This
it."
is a future day. You went back?
Yeah, I went back to
Okay.
Dave and Roberta's, and I dropped off the CD. And then a following week, they said, "Oh, why don't you come on by? And Paloma's going to be here." And I said, "Okay." So the first time I met Ludwig, I was going into Dave and Roberta's house. You were leaving
Same time. I
and
remember
coming
this.
out the garage door, and you were very polite, and you were like,
No, I
and
went.
you, and
I
you
said,
went,
"You watch out, bitch."
and you said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I said, "Oh, nice to meet you." And it says, "Here, let me." And he held the door open, and that's the first time I met Ludwig.
Okay.
Very polite, very courteous. And so then I went in and I met Paloma, and then I had to talk her into giving me her phone number.
Wow.
How did you do that?
Well, actually, I couldn't. I had an iPhone 4S. Right, and I didn't know, and I was a little bit inebriated, and I couldn't get her type her phone number into my phone because I was so new at
Because
it,
it's a 4S, and yeah, it's
and so she had to take my phone and put her number into it. But she grilled me. She had like the school teacher black rim glasses on, and she was giving me the third degree.
Oh my
And
God.
like, why should she go out with me? And
But your game shined through.
it
It
did.
pierced right through it.
Did.
Peter,
that-
can I
either-
ask? Do you know what rizz is?
Rizz. I think I do. It has something to do with charisma, that you have charisma.
Right, but it's specifically intended for the capture, if you will,
Pursuit
the capture, the
destruction.
incarceration
Well-
of a woman.
of women.
And so, would you say you rizzed up Paloma?
Nah.
No,
No. To be clear, it doesn't mean like capturing. It means what you thought.
No,
He's,
you
It's up for interpretation, really.
it means like charisma, specifically in the pursuit of dating. You got rizz.
hot pursuit.
Okay.
Dangerous pursuit.
I guess so.
You got rizz.
So you rizzed her up.
I guess so.
What was the moment in which she realized, like, hey, this guy's pretty cool?
when you asked her to go to Five Guys.
Well, yeah. So, all right. So we go on to part 2 of the story. So I did call her up after she gave me her phone number. I called her up and I said, hey, would you like to go out? And she wasn't too sure about that. So she invited me over to have, I think they were making hamburgers. So she was at her house and there was a whole bunch of people there.
Did
Well,
she
I went
live at Five
over-
Guys?
No. There was no,
Is your mom work at Five
It's me and my
Guys?
4 brothers.
there was no Five Guys. So I was at Ludwig's house and Paloma was making burgers and there were a whole bunch of people there and she wouldn't look. I was sitting across from her table and she wouldn't look me in the eye.
I told her that. I told her, don't look at this man.
So anyway,
Don't fall for his rizz.
at the end of the meal,
He'll capture you.
and I was on my way out. I said, "Hey, I'd really like to take you out." And she said, and I said, "What would you enjoy?" I said, "We can do Five Guys, or we can go to, Michael Timothy's. I mean, anywhere.
Michael
in
Timothy's,
between.
by the way, like a nice steakhouse. It's like going, what's that place you ate by yourself all alone with nobody around?
Oh, it's like Wood Ranch.
Wood
When he went
Ranch.
alone with nobody to hang out with,
Nick likes to go
voluntarily.
to, there's like Michael Timothy's here
It's
called
the
Wood Ranch. He likes
Christmas
to go by
season, guys.
himself.
So
Yeah.
so Five Guys was super casual, but if you like burgers and fries, it was at one end of the spectrum.
Five Guys burgers and fries.
And Michael Timothy's is at the other end of the spectrum for Nashua. So I said, and anything in between.
If my name was Michael Timothy, I'd be at one end of a spectrum. That's for damn sure.
Is it like Ruth's Chris?
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
But the New Hampshire version.
Right.
So she didn't know about Five Guys. So then later on, I think she said, "Oh, he invited me to like Five Guys or something." Like people said, a burger joint. She didn't even know it was, and then she went shopping. And
But
it
you
was
did
like,
go there, right? You did go to Five
No,
Guys?
we did not go
Wait,
to
you never
Five.
even went?
We went to MT's. We went to Michael Timothy's.
Wait, you actually went to Michael Timothy's?
We did go
The
to
way
Michael
she
Tim-
tells the story is so different.
The first date was at Michael.
He
Michael
kept saying
Timothy's.
to me, we go, there's Five Guys there, we hang out with the guys, and I say, Peter, when do we eat?
No, we went to Michael Timothy's, and then we went to the Peddler's Daughter for some.
What'd you order?
For some drinks.
What
What?
did you order?
What?
What was your order at Michael Timothy's?
I don't remember, but I did ask her if she wanted to share a salad, and she was just like, she said one of her girlfriends told her that's a bad sign,
Oh, it's a red flag.
a red flag.
Santa,
yeah.
you dog.
Does it mean that you're soy?
No, I
No,
think
it means that
you're
you
cheap.
don't want them to eat.
Oh.
And I always thought that, wanting to share like an appetizer or salad is more like, hey, let's
share something.
share
It's
something.
intimate. We're eating
Lady
the same
and the Tramp,
food.
except
But I
with
guess
romaine.
women think that it's a red flag that the guy is cheap. And I
Wow.
I'm
So wait, did you propose to her?
there?
No. But
First date?
no, but like you ended up proposing and marrying Paloma.
Yeah, 3 years later.
3 years, so fast, Peter.
Yeah. And
What was the proposal? I don't even know if I know this.
it was in March. We got married in 3 months.
It was fast.
We
guys
we
turned that ship
decided we
around.
decided we were going to get married and we had a wedding in 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, you can.
I was
if
like
you go
on
to
a
Five
state-
Guys in Vegas, you can do the whole thing there.
I was-
Yeah, it's
yeah.
one stop.
Yeah.
It's fucking expensive. You can get a seasoned wedding too with the salt on it.
The peanuts are still on the floor.
See, after Ludwig went off to college that year in 2013, it was just like I had my own house, which was like 15 minutes away, but I was spending many nights over.
Oh, well, I'll pause. Actually, I've never confronted you about this, but they used to be like high schoolers. Because you're laughing.
You dog,
Oh,
Peter.
you dog. I mean Santa.
So
Santa Peter.
My mom, I
Peter.
caught her kissing Santa Claus.
Right.
And at this point, I'm 17. I'm in high school, and my mom had been single for 7 years.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I don't know why she did this, but in her head, it was very important that she remained single or like kept the house sanctimonious. So she wouldn't bring Peter around, to my knowledge.
She would sneak Peter
She would
in.
sneak Peter in. And it was she doesn't lie a lot. And you can attest to this. She's not a liar. But she would lie because I'd be like, because I would know if Peter's around. Peter could not, Santa clomping down the chimney.
Yeah.
Every time I'd know because there'd be a bunch of soot everywhere.
Of course, yeah.
and then
All my cookies are half eaten.
And I'd be like, was Peter here? Was Peter here last night? And she'd be like, no. No.
Wow.
But then it's like, right, 6:15 a.m. to 15 minutes before I'm supposed to wake up. And I hear like, Peter, come on, go. And then Peter's going like, stomping downstairs. You used to sneak around, be real.
I don't know. I don't recall.
You don't recall? That's a heap of steaming bullshit,
I was
Peter.
delivering all these gifts.
I don't
It was a big day.
I don't recall.
There's
that.
so many houses, so many
houses.
cookies.
Which one was yours?
No, I thought that there was a rule that I couldn't sleep over while you were there. That's what I was told.
Were you fucking the vibes up?
I was a kid. I'm not fucking the vibe.
You were absolutely
You were
fucking
stomping
the
on
vibes.
the
walking
vibes.
If you were
anything.
dressed like the way you are now, you were fucking the vibes up. You probably were.
I'm not dressed weird. I look good for
Bro,
my
I
age.
don't
You
know
put
what
like
to tell
an
you.
inverted filter on Shaggy.
You complimented my outfit earlier.
I said I like the
You
pearls.
look like a never soft
I do like
created
the
Do you know what he said
character.
after? He said I wouldn't make fun of you for that.
I do right. He's right. I did say that.
Peter, you
I
look
don't
good?
trust you today.
What?
Dude,
You're
you're
on my
great.
shit
We'll talk
list.
about
Do I
that
look
later.
good?
I think so. Except the pearls.
Right. That was the part. That's like most of the outfit. Okay, can I come clean? I found these. I planned a YouTube video where I had real gold, fake gold, real platinum, fake platinum, real silver, fake silver, real diamond, fake diamond. And I was going to have you guys and the Aiden check to see which is real, which is fake.
For Slim Jim.
Never did the video.
Oh,
Forgot about it.
okay.
Years pass. Literally 3. I just found these
Oh,
today.
Do you know if they're real or fake?
It was that long ago.
What do you think?
Fake.
Real or fake? Real or fake?
They're fake. Peter, have you ever? Sorry.
Stop. They're real. You're dumb. He's smart.
Real?
Wow.
They're real.
Well, Santa would know. He
Do
is.
you know why?
He's omnipotent.
You know how you can tell? Because they're all different sizes.
It's true.
If they were fake, they would be symmetrical. They would be all the exact.
But it's
Because
very
they're
hard to
different.
find symmetrical
so
pearls.
bad. It's
should
so
go
bad.
on a trivia show. I think you could win a lot of money.
Like a mobile moving.
Yeah,
video
just
show.
something quick and easy. Get in, get out.
Getting it
I
out.
don't know, a couple grand. Let's
Like
call
a,
it
like a doubles.
Nothing crazy, you know.
Doubles type of thing.
All you gotta do is look at them and say that they're not the same size. They're not, either
But they don't look good
they're
on me.
longer. But no, I don't think so.
No, I secretly like them, and I'm lashing out.
Peter, on the subject of pearl necklace.
Well, please don't
fucking- you watch-
Don't go there.
We'll both attack you. We will both attack you.
What? I just want. You're
What's-
obviously a man of fine jewelry. You understand?
We did go shopping today.
You
Me
mean
and Peter were both bad boyfriends today.
Really? What
We
did
were
you do?
shopping for Christmas today.
I had to send Paloma out of the store so I could
You said,
pick
"Get."
stuff. I did. I literally said, "You got to leave now."
And then-
and then the sales lady that was helping us started she's already like smiling. I said, "You got to." I said, "You have to go. Go outside."
Yeah.
And then,
Go, I actually said, "Go away. Go to the other
funny
side
part,
of the store."
then you want to buy a bracelet, and the lady's like, medium or large, and Peter goes like this. Medium. They bring out the bracelet. He throws it on. He's like, give me a second. Walks outside, finds my mom, goes like this, comes back, and he's like, we're going to need a large. He just literally went to my mom. Like, it's not a secret, right? It's like, it's something in the wrist. We're in the store. It's not exactly.
No.
We're bad boyfriends today, Peter.
At Christmas time, I go to the same store in Nashua. It's a place called Barmakians. Upscale jewelry, and I buy
That place fucks.
jewelry for her all the time there. And this year I was short on time, and so we ended up at what? Is this a free advertising for?
Blurp it out,
Look,
Archie.
you guys,
No free advertisements.
What is the deal? Jewelry is over. Party.
What?
Oh, jewelry's over. You
Jewelry-
hear?
I didn't know this.
I didn't know
Jewelry
this.
is over. Party.
No,
I didn't know this.
women like jewelry.
To
Why
this
do they like
day.
it?
Do you know why?
Paloma still, you get her a bracelet and she's like, oh my God.
She does.
She British?
She's got
She's in Vaughn?
She's got like 7 sets of jewelry that I've given her, and it's all come from Barmakians. She loves it. And the
Peter
fact
walks in there,
is,
he's a rock star.
Yeah, I'm a rock star when it comes
He's
to
one of the 5
Christmas
guys.
Do
gifts.
you shut down the Louis store?
No. I don't go overboard. I mean, I don't go and buy her diamonds, huge diamonds and stuff. But I what I find is that it's very tasteful because it's based on her personality.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's the time you've been the most angry at Ludwig?
The most angry? I really don't get angry.
Peter's so chill.
You're
I
really
don't-
chill?
It's
Yeah.
hard.
I
What
don't-
about Pernilla? I know she fucked up somewhere along the way.
No.
She did bark at you for years, but Peter
What?
can handle it.
No, I don't.
She
haven't-
barked at you, Ludwig's sister?
No.
I mean, barked. I'm in the sense that she was.
She didn't like me. She didn't like me for like the first year or two.
Yeah.
She didn't. It wasn't that it's something about me. She just didn't like the whole idea of her mom dating.
She was very conventional. Like, I don't want a new dad type.
But
you know
you
what I mean?
were chill with it.
I was happy that my mom wasn't
Peter slipped
lonely.
you cigarettes.
He did. You know what? Actually,
I didn't slip him a cigarette.
Peter, you actually.
I think I might have bought him beer.
No way.
for sure.
Yeah, Bud Light.
Couple Bud Lights.
Before it wasn't popular.
Yeah, before it got woke.
Wow. So you snuck him beer?
Well, yeah.
Peter?
I mean,
Young man.
actually, I didn't give it to him. Just to be clear, for the record. Okay, I think I bought it and I put it on the staircase going downstairs to the basement, and it disappeared.
He would do that. He because he's such a lawyer. He'll be like, I'm gonna place this here, and if it disappears, oh well.
That's so fucking
But he won't
funny.
like directly hand it to me.
Yeah. He's like, well, if it just goes somewhere, then I lost my beer, and that's a ho-hum to me.
You did go to the same school as Barack Obama.
That's true. That's true. But he was a transfer student.
No. He went to community college?
Dude.
Yeah, he transferred from Occidental. After 2 years, he transferred in Columbia.
went
So
to
he's not.
Oxy? I didn't know that.
He's not a real Columbia undergrad. No
Wow,
way.
what a
2
broke
years
bastard.
at Occidental.
Name 5 things he's done.
Peter, forgive me if this is. I don't know how old.
I might have partied with him, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you know Barack Obama?
I don't
in
know. I
college?
might have partied with him. I mean, you know,
Dude, that's crazy.
I don't remember.
Do you see that clip where he's reciting a poem and he's like, gotta have them ribs and pussy too?
No,
Have you seen
that?
It's real.
Is that real?
It's real. It's crazy.
Wait, why is he? It's part of a broader
He's just talking about the things he likes.
He's just listing them out like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight.
God, you're how old are you, Peter, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm gonna be 60 in a month and a half.
That is so fucked up. What is your
why?
rough-
Why? Because I act like I'm 30, right? It was just the
No,
other day
you-
that I was
You
like,
have an insane youthful energy. It's great. Are you looking forward to your Roth IRA maturing?
yeah.
Genuine question.
It was a really good pivot, though.
What I'm looking forward to is like spending all day on the beach with some cervezas, with the lounge chair in the waves, with the water just coming up and
Yes, sir.
tickling my, you know.
Why is it tickling?
It's jingle bells.
Your toes?
You know what I'm talking about.
While I'm in the water like this, and the water's just coming up, lapping you up.
Yes, sir.
Your choice of words are Peter. Laughing and tickling.
Peter's got rizz, man. That's just the final word on it.
Peter, who of the yardlings, the yard boys, do you think has been the naughtiest? Is on the top of your naughty list this year?
Oh,
reckon?
absolutely, Tony Starr.
Wow.
Good thing he's fucking
Over
dead.
Aiden. Aiden catches a break.
Well, Tony's.
Oh, actually, wait a minute.
because there is Aiden, and he
Wait a minute. Actually, yeah. I don't know. Well,
was saying some stuff about Mrs. Claus.
I know, but I think that he was under the gun there. He needed to come up for a reason.
He made a PowerPoint. It's not exactly like he was. It was premeditated, as they say in the court of law. Occasionally,
You're such a narc today, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, I hate this shit.
I'm the good
Right.
boy.
It's just because Santa's your dad. You
Look,
can do
you're not
whatever
going
you
to be
want.
chosen for naughty.
You'll never
let
get
the
kicked out of
let the dice
school.
roll.
No, Ludwig's on the good list.
I'm a good kid.
You should know. He's not on the good list.
He's not
because
getting any lump of coal this year. That's for sure.
growing up as young content creators, Ludwig would always say, "It's okay. I have a black stepdad." Do you think that's a nice thing, Santa
okay,
Claus?
So what? He had a race card in his wallet.
Yes, and he used it all the time.
Not to say it.
No, of course.
It feels like you're implying that.
No.
It looked like a Starbucks stamp card from the 90s. It was dusty. It was used.
You would bring this
800 uses.
He was part of the diversity inclusive initiative before it was a real thing.
Thank you.
I'm saying Ludwig would say it in places where he's like, actually, I do know what adversity is like.
Okay, so what I want to tell you is that's not a facade of his. Do you know that he went to bat for me with his mom when his grandfather said something that was slightly racist, and he went to bat. He got into an argument with his grandfather.
You remember this?
I do remember that.
Wow,
He
that's
went
sweet.
to bat because I wasn't there, but like he went to bat. He got into a literal argument, verbal
Wow.
tete-a-tete, as it were. And his mom had to say, calm down. All right, just leave it alone. But he was going at it. He was there.
That's so sweet.
I
You should not
barked.
fucking talk about Peter that way.
Yeah. And then you know what? He's come around.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Yeah, but because they were hanging out, I mean, maybe a month ago.
When I met him, the first time I met him, I think he said something. He's like, "Oh, he's not that black."
Oh my god! I don't know if that's coming around.
Well, at a certain point, you just win the fights you can win, right?
yeah.
No, but he likes me because the first time he met me was in Spain. I think it was 2015. And like I took the time to learn his dominoes game and played dominoes with him for hours and hours, drinking red wine. And I beat him one time, and he was just like, okay. There we go. This guy's not only handsome, but he's got brains.
Yeah, sure, that's what he said.
He's saying perfect, in actually perfect
It was in
English.
French, but I'm pretty sure it's what he was saying.
It was in French. It was in French. No, we're playing dominoes, and he'd like say da 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 da, and I'd be like, could you translate that for me because it was way too fast?
Peter, on the last France trip, you cracked me up. Do you know why?
No.
Because we would be hanging out and speaking in French, and for a while I had felt bad because we were speaking in French, and although you speak a bit of French, rudimentary phrase, you get through, you get by.
Yeah.
Lettres on the menge.
Some things were just hard to understand,
Right.
and so I felt like we weren't including you. At a certain point, though, we started speaking English, and then I don't know if you remember this, but you, in this circle of us speaking English, moved away, and then you started watching Berserk. And I thought that was baller as fuck because you didn't even care to be included. You were just vibing, feet lapping in the waves, trying to smoke a
Not just feet.
cigarette.
Not just feet,
Not
by
just
the
feet,
way.
Ludwig.
Just
Not
the
just
feet
the feet.
lapping.
No,
just
that's
the
not what
feet.
Peter
There's
said.
plenty of lapping.
Is that the lapping happens all around you.
Smoking cigarettes, plenty of lapping, and you just wanted to vibe and watch Berserk. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want, look, it was out of everyone who was English speaking there, it was like you, me, Pernilla, and your mother. And then there was a couple of your cousins that, who speak English, pretty good as a second language. But I didn't want people to have to be speaking English because I was just sitting at the table. And because it's kind of difficult for them, for some of them so I didn't feel like if I wasn't even really paying attention and I didn't really give two shits about what the topic of conversation was, I wasn't going to make them speak English. So the thing was I love Berserk. I started watching it over there, and boy, is that good.
Right.
That I was searching the internet for all the free video of Berserk that I could.
You probably
And
got
I was
80
just
viruses on your computer right now.
Well, I was just eating it up.
Who's your favorite character? Is it Guts?
Oh,
You like Guts the most?
Guts was real. Guts. I thought, you know what? I watched about 30 or 30 episodes, and I thought that his name was Gus, not Gus.
Wow.
That's how bad the
He is
kid-
silent.
Dude.
I thought it was Gus. And then I watched some of the later vids, and then they were like saying Guts, and I'm like, I turned to Livy. I said, I thought that his name was Gus, and now they're telling me his name is Guts.
With that big thing on him.
This is like thinking Goku's name is like Gary. That is so fucking funny, Peter. You just have no idea. How did you get into Berserk as a 59-year-old man?
Okay, so I was all right. This is a good story. 30 seconds less. I was watching a YouTube video, and it was like the top 10 violent animes, the top to watch. So I was going through them, scanning through them, and then I got to Berserk, and I was like, oh, that one looks pretty cool. So then, and it was number one. It was number one in this video, in this
Yeah.
YouTube video.
It is
So then I
violent
was
shit.
looking it up, seeing how I could watch it, and then I saw I could watch like the first 20-something videos for free, and free is always good in my book. So I watched them, and those were all like referring to the guy as Gus.
And I will tell you, it is violent because you would watch them not with headphone.
No.
Explain that choice.
I didn't have any. I had an Android tablet that didn't have a plug-in for earplugs, so I
Yeah.
was just watching.
Because
It
we're
was-
at the function, and then I just hear Guts murder several people.
Yeah.
And he's doing so much
There's
of it.
also a part sort of near the end of the arc where, I don't know, I don't want to spoil it to you, but Griffith becomes very powerful.
I know. I watched the whole thing,
Okay.
all the way
Just
to the end,
making
right
sure.
before they go to the island of the elves.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I brought. I was like, "How's Berserk going?" He's like, "They were supposed to go to the island of the elves, but it stopped, and there's like
Yeah.
no more episodes. I don't
There's
know
no
how
more
the anime
episodes.
works."
Yeah, you should just get him the manga.
He's
You
going
asshole.
to. Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
was
get him
telling
the
him. Yeah.
I
You
read
know
the
what would be
manga.
sick is you walk away from the family to watch Berserk, but you watch the French dub.
No, I didn't watch. I didn't
It's
watch
like you just rather listen to this in French.
I was watching. No, I was watching English.
Gus,
stuff.
what are you doing with the sword?
It's so big. How do you hold it?
Griffiths, you're so strong and sexy for me.
Griffiths was evil. That was evil. That
I
was
know.
absolutely evil when he turned into the angel. Oh my
Brother,
god!
I know.
I've never seen it. And like, he's
You've never seen Berserk?
He's
This is
out-eating
crazy
it.
that me and Peter have seen an anime that you haven't.
I know it. Actually, it's fucking.
You're
me
like
up a
the
bit.
one fan out there, like, I just don't want any anime spoilers. The Christmas episode, surely. Surely this is the one where they don't get me.
Well, he tried to turn me on to Vinland Saga, and I started watching a few of them.
Oh, you did?
And I was just like, yeah, I did. I watched a few of them, and I'm like, this is so tame compared
Oh,
to
really?
Berserk.
Oh.
Well, the first few for sure.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
dragging. I have to get back.
Vinland Saga is great. I liked that one a lot.
Check out Boku no Pico.
Don't. I can't say the pearl necklace thing. You can't tell him to look at Boku no Pico. That would turn him into a smoking pair of shoes.
It is funny though that because the YouTube video you watched, it could have recommended anything, and your life would have been on a totally
Well, it did
different path.
recommend 10 of them. And I mean, I saved that video so I can go back and look at them because I was just like, yeah, I have really never
I'm gonna-
watched Japanese anime.
I'm gonna turn you into a weed.
I might
this
want to wear a
trip.
costume at one point.
This
for
trip.
Halloween.
We're gonna cosplay.
Oh yeah, cosplay.
I love him.
I don't know if your mother's gonna let me go to a cosplay.
Oh, like a convention?
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
so.
come
That'd
on.
be so fucking funny.
That'd be tight.
Peter walking around dressed up like Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could be
man.
Guts and I could be Griffith.
There's not enough
Oh,
Santas
jeez.
at Comic Con.
That's true.
Santa's
You could go wearing your normal clothes.
Is that not sacrilegious?
to be Santa at Comic Con? No.
The son of God.
Santa is not Jesus Christ. I don't know.
He's
if
another
you-
son of God. is he
No,
not?
no. He's a saint. It's Saint Nicholas.
Boom.
That's where Santa comes from. He's a saint.
Dumbass.
Isn't a saint a son of God in a
No.
way? Aren't we all sons of God?
Yes.
No, we're all disciples of God. Christ. All disciples.
Are you a religious man, Peter?
I'm a secret holy roller.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means that.
Oh, an SHR?
Is that, I'm a secret holy roller.
Yeah, let's not talk
Okay,
about
I'm sorry. I'm
You're
sorry. I'm
blowing
sorry.
up the
I
spot
didn't mean
right
it, I
now.
didn't mean it. I
Can
didn't
you
mean it.
chill with that?
I didn't mean it.
Chill with that.
That's why it's
biggest word.
secret.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not tell people.
I understand.
Be chill.
I was being an asshole just now.
It's okay. God forgives you.
Oh.
All right. So presents. You got presents for us, right? You're Santa. So you brought us a
I want
bunch
my
of.
present.
You brought us stuff.
Do these
Present.
explode?
Oh, yeah.
They do the thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they're around.
Do you guys
here
want to do the
still.
thing?
Let's do the
The
thing.
fuck is that? What is it?
You got one next to you?
Oh, here, you can do mine.
What is
You
it?
do
I've already
mine,
done it
Peter.
before.
What's
you just
this?
pull.
Oh, right
you
here.
pull both sides of it apart
really?
from each other.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
Okay,
clap, and I'll
like
clap for you
this?
guys.
Peter, say welcome to episode 100 of the Yard.
100?
Yeah.
I thought it was 69.
Well, I was making a joke.
Okay. Welcome to episode 100 of The Yard.
Are you sure we were supposed to pull it like
Bro,
that?
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I
That's why it pops.
I thought it was going to explode.
this was the most unceremonious thing I've ever
And then
touched.
stuff. You get a little paper crown.
Oh, it's
the
like a
fuck?
gift
Is that
thing.
a note?
It's a paper crown. I don't know what that is, but this is your little.
Oh, it's a joke. What do frogs wear on their feet?
Flippers.
Open-toed sandals.
Flippers.
Open-toed sandals.
Flippers.
Toad.
Hey,
Mine?
Peter, what do you call a blind reindeer?
Names.
No,
Unemployed.
No idea.
Oh,
Oh.
Isn't that funny?
I like unemployed actually.
Did I say no idea?
No, you didn't.
What's a dog's favorite carol? That's stupid.
Bark time.
Dude, bark the herald angels sing.
Oh, boy.
All right, this is gonna look better on you. You put it.
Why
on.
did the pony have to gargle?
Because why do you think joke thing?
Okay. Here's one.
Because it was
Here's one.
fucking-
Hit me, Peter. What you got?
What do snowmen wear on their heads?
Snow caps?
Fucking hat.
Close. Ice caps.
I was so close.
You were close, and nobody gives it to you.
Okay.
You look like a RuneScape character.
just born enough to talk to Peter.
What did Adam say the day before Christmas?
Damn Eve, you
it's
bitch! Why did you eat that
Christmas
apple?
Eve.
That's right.
Oh, fuck!
Wait, what did you say?
It's Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve. Yeah.
You are the dumbest motherfucker I ever met today, and you should never forget
You're
that
so
ever,
right. Yeah.
ever in my life. Give me these.
And I feel don't do that.
I
Don't
want 'em.
break them.
They're taped. You're gonna break it?
So this is
Candy.
like the trivia. How many continents are there in the world? This is so
7.
easy.
Let's not even
But
bother
you-
that.
yeah, I know. That was silly.
Peter, let me ask you a question or
All
two.
right. Go ahead. I don't know what this is though.
Yeah, what is that?
That
smoked
is a
that.
butt plug.
Oh, geez. Is it clean?
Yeah, they come used.
That's a taste test situation, Peter. You're gonna have to.
International Limited.
Peter, I have a genuine question for
Okay,
you.
right.
And then Ludwig, maybe he didn't get the chance to ask you when it was his birthday, but he was going around asking everybody for advice. And you're a man who is double these guys' age, almost double mine. That's scary for me.
Not right.
Wait. How old are you?
33,
Okay, almost double.
almost double. It's correct, idiot.
So you're getting further and further
I
away
wish
from
you were
double.
dead.
Right. That
And
hurts.
so what advice would you give if you could go back in time to your, late 20s, early 30s self as an elder knowledge man? What would you say?
Don't smoke cigarettes.
Really?
That's one piece.
That's actually
so applicable. You have no idea.
That's really good advice.
We don't fuck with that. We don't even talk about it.
Yeah, we've actually been.
That's even better than don't shoot heroin, but don't smoke cigarettes.
Don't.
That's so.
That's because
funny.
I don't shoot heroin, so
Have you
still
seen-
smoke? Yeah.
I still smoke. Yeah.
Actually, Peter's been helping. Peter, I'm going to give you some background on why that's such good advice. From France, picked
France?
up a cigarette, not an addiction, an affliction. Because
Slight abuse.
Affection.
an affection. I love them, and because we smoked them in France, right? And so when I came back, I was talking about how I smoked them on here, and we had some threads from people who were upset about, I guess, talking about that fact.
Talking about it without condemning it.
Yes.
For 3
Well,
episodes.
I condemn it. It's a nasty habit. So let me just tell you how I started, and it's really weird. So I was in my freshman year at Columbia, and I tried out for the crew team, and I had never rode crew before, but I started.
There's one spot, 2 people trying out. So
No. But I was on the crew team, and there was a couple of guys from my floor, and we were all newbies rowing crew, and one guy was from Nebraska. And so we were rowing. He said, "Oh, try this, the Copenhagen, the smokeless tobacco. Just put a pinch between your cheek and gum,
Right.
and it'll give you a buzz."
Oh, you're packing. You're packing
Right. So I was
Zins.
packing
dip back
dip
then, brother.
while I
Spit.
rowed, and then I started doing it when I wasn't rowing, and I would do it at parties, and to get like an extra buzz when I was drinking beer, and
So
so
walking
one-
around with like a bottle.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
gross.
It was gross. It was absolutely gross. And then a year when I was 19, the summer after I turned 19, I was working on campus, and I went to this bar called the West End. I was with another guy who was a little bit older than I was, a few years older.
Very.
And we were at the bar, and we were having a few beers after work, and I'm spitting and I'm drinking, right? And he's just like, "Dude, that's so disgusting. How do you think you're gonna pick up chicks if you're chewing smokeless tobacco at the bar?" So he said, "Try one of these." So he gave me a Marlboro.
So that's like a commercial.
Oh my god.
That's
dude.
what
like a
happened. I
commercial.
swear to God, that's exactly.
And now
one
you're
of
dressed like a
these.
Marlboro pack right now.
That's exactly how I started smoking cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes at the bar in place of chewing Copenhagen.
Wow. That's
19.
And here you are. You're still smoking
40
years
years
later.
ago.
Man, you should stop, man. We're, that would.
I've stopped a few times. I'll tell you something. If anyone wants to stop, Chantix is a great way to stop.
My dad did the nicotine patches on and off.
They don't work. No.
On and off his whole life. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, I got my patch, and he would a couple months he'd stop, and then he'd just pick it back up. But he would talk. I don't know if you ever did it. Have you ever fallen asleep with a nicotine patch
No.
on? He told me it was like the worst nightmares he'd ever had in his life.
What?
Chantix,
What is Chantix?
Chantix is a prescription. You take it, but basically what it does is it interferes with the neuron receptors in your brain that get satisfaction or get something out of smoking. So what happens is you smoke. If you're taking the Chantix, your brain doesn't get the satisfaction that it would get from nicotine.
So it's not fun to smoke anymore?
Yeah. So after a while, and you build up how much you're taking. For me, it's like if I start on Chantix within a week, I don't get any satisfaction out of smoking, and you just start not smoking.
Peter, you ever smoked that Jiba?
Once in a while.
Okay. All right.
Once
I've
in a while.
been known to imbibe
Santa,
of
if
the
you're,
wackest
if you're willing to share, Santa, at the North Pole, what's the hardest drug that has gone through the North Pole that you have dabbled in?
What's the hardest shit you've ever done, Santa?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And this
Allegedly.
is Santa talking. Peter's not here.
LSD.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Zipper loves that.
You and my dad would have got along
Little
famously.
Santa dope
I'll
is what
say
that's
that
for.
much.
That's how they come up with a reindeer. I will say, Peter being here has helped my cigarette problem because I only have one pack, the same pack that I've had forever, and now I've given it to Peter.
Yeah, that's good.
And so
The
now it's
yard is
going
a
to go.
full circle product. We get you addicted to cigarettes, and we also teach
We
you how
get
to
you
quit.
off it.
Yeah,
it's
and
about
then-
character development.
And going through that adversity is something we can teach you.
It's
And-
like college.
Powerful.
We are an experimental time in your life, and you will exit that time.
yeah, and you will have a degree that will not get you a job.
Nope.
You
You
gotta try
think
to
it
quit.
will?
No.
But it
what does
won't help.
communications even mean?
Yeah, like because I communicate without
We
the
all
degree.
do it without school.
So it's like,
I
why
went in
did you
English.
pay for
Isn't that crazy?
That's, yeah. You
We're all speaking it.
We're speaking it. You know,
got worse at it
children
after school.
Speak it.
It's true. It's true. They do. And I have a degree.
What's your degree, Peter? I don't think I remember.
Undergrad?
Yeah.
Psychology.
Flex.
Oh, you're such a hot girl.
Oh, it was great. When I was a psychology major, I had to do a project for one of my classes. And my project was we got these white rats and we got them high on marijuana.
Oh yeah.
And then,
How'd you do it? You blew smoke in their face.
It was a learning. It was the whole premise.
This is a frat party, not a school assignment.
This was a school assignment. This was a whole idea was to see how rats learned the maze under different stimuli, which was getting high,
Yeah.
or getting or injecting them with amphetamines.
Oh my
and
God.
then the control was no
One of
drugs
those
at all.
rats had never left the maze in their mind.
I have to tell you, they were motivated when they were shot up with amphetamines.
Yeah. And then that went on. And Peter's actually on the credits for Vyvanse. He's
My professor at the time, who's probably dead now.
Jesus.
When I told him what the
I want to be just like Peter when I grow up. Dude. Oh my God.
I mean, it was 40 years ago. So I remember the professor was like, he raised his eyebrows when I told him I wanted to use marijuana. And he says, that sounds like a great idea. I just don't really know. I can't sanction you bringing marijuana into the
But you're in New York
classroom.
City in the 80s.
Yeah.
So it's like, you might as well have been giving him that Colombian.
and it was a rat. It was a white rat in a clear plastic box. And we had to plug up all the ear holes for the air. And then I had to get one of my fraternity brothers to come over and smoke the joint and blow it into the
hotbox in the rat.
to get the rat high. That's how we had to do it. Oh my God. It was a good
English is so much different.
School used to teach you something.
And I couldn't smoke it because I needed to be taking down data.
right, yeah. You had to be the sober one in the
Can't
room.
be jotting down high.
You're the control.
Yeah. I had to run the rat through the maze and
then he
jot
was the
down,
rat.
Take time.
Do you
and
remember?
stuff.
Were they better or worse on marijuana?
Oh, they were worse. They
See-
weren't motivated at all.
They just wanted to watch movies all day.
and eat snacks.
Yeah. I feel like if there's cheese at the end and you're high, you go faster.
You go
just-
fast.
You start trying to use the force. You're like, maybe this time.
Maybe the rat was like, I'm a fucking rat.
Yeah. He learns English.
This is crazy, dude.
Yeah, they get, and at the end of the semester, after you finish the class and you finish your project, they let you keep the rat.
Oh shit! You can
you
smoke
want-
him out every day for the rest of his life.
You could take the rat home if you want. I don't think my rat wanted to have
That
anything
rat
to do
grew
with me
up?
because I was shooting it up with a big. I got syringes.
What?
I got
What kind of
liquid.
amphetamine?
I got liquid amphetamines. I mean, they got
From what?
what?
How did you get liquid amphetamines? We've
Because
glossed
they gave
over
it
this.
to me because I was using it for an experiment.
You just ask. You ask the amphetamine dealers.
It's just like doing testing with monkeys.
The highest college student you've ever
But
seen.
they couldn't. I'm doing an experiment. They wouldn't give me the weed though.
Oh, no.
That's so
That's
funny.
crazy. You can have the amphetamines, but you cannot have weed.
Yeah, it's because
Right.
it was called marijuana, which sounds
And they gave me
Spanish.
syringes
That's
to shoot the rat up.
I guess students at Columbia shouldn't be stealing drugs from the school.
Yeah,
That's their thought.
I didn't use the amphetamine.
Do you think Barack
course.
Obama smoked a rat out?
What?
Do you think
no,
that,
I don't
do you
think,
that he.
No, but I think he actually didn't he admit
He
that
smoked
he
that
smoked
shit.
marijuana?
Yeah, he
in
said he
college?
smoked that shit.
Everyone smoked damn
Well, he was
weed
from
in
Hawaii.
college, bro.
How could he not smoke marijuana?
Oh, sorry. I keep.
He's an
jingling.
island man.
Well,
I have a New Year's resolution.
What's that?
I I want to look so hot that we cannot do this podcast anymore because Slime will only talk about how good I look.
Oh.
We're like really close to
We're
that.
close to that. I
already.
feel like you
Yeah.
get close to doing that already.
Yeah. So what you need like what one more cut week?
I have to shed off 1 more pound. That's
Yeah.
all. And
Okay.
I'm going to do it with HelloFresh.
Oh, that's a
Sponsor
good
today's
choice.
pod.
HelloFresh is the sponsor of today's pod, and there's a reason for that. It's because they have over 40 recipes to choose from. I don't even know 40 foods.
I don't know 40 people.
Fresh pre-portioned ingredients. It's easy. It helps you cut down on food waste. It also helps you cut down on your waste, Ludwig.
I'm going to cut down on my waist because I want to be ready for the new year.
Yeah.
And also, if you sign up for HelloFresh right now, you'll get free breakfast for life until you die.
Yeah, free breakfast for life.
Yeah.
That is not a result of a Verdugo match. That is the conditions of the HelloFresh deal that we have. It's HelloFresh.com/theyardfree. You get free breakfast for life. 1 breakfast item per box while the subscription is active. Think about that.
That's free breakfast for life at the Yard Free. HelloFresh.com/theyardfree.
Think about how
code the
long
Yard
your
Free.
life will be.
I'm going to have at least, if I'm getting 1 a week, 50 boxes more of free breakfast.
What? You're only gonna live for.
He's going to hopefully learn math from
You're
the
gonna
nutrients.
live for 1 year,
The
He gets-
motorcycle's scary, guys.
dude. Hopefully you'll live longer than Ludwig. But
Hopefully you'll live longer than Ludwig, and hopefully you'll have a happy rest of your life eating HelloFresh.
America's
Now, back to the episode.
#1 meal kit.
hit it. You know, my dad once lied to Vince Vaughn because he met him, and he lied and said he went to high school with him to like hang out with him. You could do
Really?
the same thing.
Did it work?
to Obama? It did. Yeah, Vince Vaughn and my dad talked for like 3 hours because he just kept saying shit from the school that he went to,
How'd
which
he
was
know?
close to his. Because he like read a thing in an article. They're both from
Oh.
Chicago, and he just lied. And he's like, yeah, I hung out with him like all night. It's
That's
like,
so
just
baller.
lying.
Vince Vaughn is pretty cool.
But you could do that with Obama if you see him at the Louis store.
You go
next time
Columbia, class of 980, 88, me
Actually-
and you.
Actually, I was a freshman when he was a senior.
Oh,
I was a freshman.
sons you.
You kept trying to hit me up. I said, Barry,
Barry, no.
Barry, please.
Barry, no, I've got to get this rat really high.
And that's the name he went by when he was at Columbia. He didn't go by Barack. He was going by Barry.
Did you ever go by a cool name?
No. Don Pedro was like my frat name.
Don Pedro?
Vaughn.
Oh, okay, I was
Pedro.
gonna say you were
And why do
Don?
you think that's not a cool name?
How did that not jump out at you immediately when he asked that
That's
question?
a cool name.
It's a very
Vaughn
cool name.
Pedro. I don't know.
I went by Anders for a bit in college.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that phase.
Remember that?
Is that weird?
No.
Why not?
Isn't that your middle name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but
why
it's
is
like,
that weird?
Because it's like he has a first name already.
Yeah. And?
Dude,
Oh, get owned.
I literally have nothing.
Peter will
to
defend him to the death.
There's,
I'm
I
learning.
mean, there's lots of people who want to go by their middle name rather than their first name, and they alternate throughout their life. I mean, I know several people who don't use their first name; they go by their middle
I
name
think
because they like it better.
Peter, what's beautiful is you see Ludwig and all of the beauty in him and all the positivity. I see nothing but his flaws.
Really?
Really.
Okay. Oh, I've known him longer than you.
I know.
true.
I know, but you refuse to look at his dark, evil flaws.
he wasn't going to go to ASU if I hadn't come into his mother's life. I think he was going to go to UNH, right?
Probably, yeah.
UNH like a
He was
pussy.
he was going to go to UNH because he didn't want to leave his mother
I know.
alone.
I know.
She'd be so sad.
Dude, he owns you.
Well, no, he
Peter
helped
runs
me.
you.
Peter
runs you.
You guys
Say it.
If you didn't go to ASU, you wouldn't have the improv, and you wouldn't have become a streamer, and you wouldn't be famous and rich.
And you never would have
I
punked
see
by
what you're
Brady.
saying.
You never
Oh,
got
by
punked.
Peter
that
runs
logic.
your shit.
Peter runs you. Say it.
By
He's
that
pocket
logic,
check, little boy. Pocket check. What do you got in there?
Peter runs my shit.
Yes.
Peter runs my shit.
Yes.
Peter
You
runs my
run
shit.
him.
Peter
That's
runs my
great.
shit
Peter.
good. Peter,
I didn't mean it that way. I'm just saying that he was very, very considerate and of his mother's welfare, and he wanted to make sure that she wasn't left alone.
That's very sweet.
When he was going off to college.
I love that bit.
Right? And he wanted to be he wanted to be close by.
Yeah.
Peter, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
It is true, yes or no, that you are a black belt in karate?
I am. Mixed martial arts, Shaolin Kempo Karate. Shout out to Strike Back Dojo in Merrimack, New Hampshire.
Hey, I got to green belt and quit. You impressed?
Green belt is pretty good. It still makes you dangerous.
You're dangerous.
Let's go.
Now,
You're
But
dangerous.
it was a very,
With
very.
that ass, you're dangerous.
Well, where do you think it all went? It went to my legs because I got kicks. The gym I went to, or the karate dojo I went to, was very American. It was one of those you punch. They have the different levels of plastic things that you punch through to see if you can break through them, and you run like 2 miles, then you go up a belt.
Yeah,
The
no,
Nick
that
Dojo.
wasn't me.
So it was not impressive for me.
I want to
mine.
ask you, knowing this information, that you're violent with your hands.
Yeah.
Of this group of 4, Aiden included, but not here, who could you kill? Who would kill you? And then in between that range, where do they lie? So we have, you know, you could easily murder them with no more than a pinky of force, or they would murder you. Where does, and we'll start easy, softball, Aiden.
Kill.
Okay.
Is it, and it's just so, it's so light work.
Yeah, and it's just
It's
like
so easy.
It's like a pigeon with a broken
it's
wing.
hand, mouth, grabbing till he stops, he shakes, and life leaves his eyes. Dead.
Night.
Got it. Good
that
night,
was, and that was a gimme. Let's level it up a bit.
This reminds me of the interview that QT had with her dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Cutie did an interview with her dad and asked for a
Yeah,
streamer
apparently
fights
wants
he
to
likes.
beat my ass.
He said he could beat your ass and my ass.
I sleep him.
He argued dad strength against me, which I accept.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Next up, Green belt.
Kill.
Hi.
Wow. Actually, wait a minute. He's got some martial arts training.
Green belt.
And
Sorry, how old? Well, pause. How old are you when you got this green belt?
Oh man, it was so recent. Maybe like 26.
Okay.
26 years old. Be honest.
Months. No, I think I was I don't know, it was probably 10.
10.
Yeah, it was a long
10
time
years
ago.
old.
Okay.
11, 10.
So kill.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, Peter. Hold on. But what if I said I could do 11 pull-ups? Does that change your mind?
No. Not
He's
really.
so honestly considering the dumbest shit he's ever heard.
What if it was 12 pull-ups?
So actually, well, the thing. Or no, never mind.
Can you kill him?
No, go
You
add.
kill him in cold blood.
Yeah, you
I
ripped his
could-
head
I could
off
kill.
and-
I would. No, I wouldn't.
How would you
kill.
do it?
Probably. Well, most people don't. It'd probably be a strike to the Adam's apple. Crush the windpipe.
Which I, who's trained, would go, oh, I'd catch it right here. So I
Yeah.
got your fist. You flip. You do a full
No,
body
but,
flip.
but you see, I do a ridge hand like this and just strike you right like
All right,
this.
I didn't
It's
get
like
that
a Kill
far.
Bill.
I didn't get that far. I don't know
And
what
then
the
he
rich
goes,
hand.
discombobulate.
You gotta know all 12 moves.
We're now
Memorize.
leveling up.
Mm.
That man right there.
How much you weigh?
I weigh 180.
Okay, maybe maim.
Name.
Was that one of the options?
Peter, you know I actively train in fighting right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I think
What?
I out stamina you. You
What?
smoke cigarettes, OG.
Yes, I was smoking cigarettes when I was getting my black belt.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
He
I
told you.
told you,
He
I've been
started smoking at
smoking
19.
I just didn't consider that he was still smoking while
They
fighting.
power him
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
He'd go back to packing the lip.
I
for
think
you.
I could just outlast you.
The thing is, he doesn't need to last.
You don't need.
He needs one strike.
The rule is that basically all fights go to the ground within 45 seconds.
Oh.
So that's why in martial arts you got to use your feet for kicks to keep the person away, and then if you're getting close, you want to be able to use your fists, your elbows, ridge hand strikes, spear hand strikes to the
You
throat.
could spearhead his fucking eyes
Yeah,
out.
I don't know any of this
I mean,
shit.
it's like this is a mortal man. Poke someone, go right in the side of the eye. Scoop
No.
the eyeball
I
out.
do this.
No, no, it's not one of these. It's one of these.
Do this.
The fact
It's
is,
so hard.
the fact is that if you don't know ground fighting,
I have no ground
and if
game.
you ever watched the mixed martial arts fights on what is it?
MMA, UFC.
Yeah, right. So you see these guys are on their feet. Sooner or later, that goes to the ground.
Yeah.
And the person who has the best ground game is gonna make the other person submit.
I think he does destroy me in the ground game.
He kills
So
you in the ground.
I mean, it's like
I don't train
if you
for
go
that.
to the ground, it might be a dislocated shoulder, a broken
that maim.
leg.
He gave you maim.
something like
He
that.
gave you
That would
maim.
be a maim.
Okay.
That'd be a
Would you
man.
go plata me?
Go plata you? What's that?
You know the go plata?
I don't know what that is.
That's like
just-
a Brazilian thing.
Yeah.
I don't do see. Jiu-jitsu is a small part of Shaolin Kempo karate. A little bit of jiu-jitsu,
Okay.
a little bit of aikido, Kempo, Chinese karate.
Do you think I'd put up a fight?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What is Shaolin?
I mean, who wouldn't put up a fight?
I mean, like, put it on. Like, Nick's not gonna put up a fight. He has no ass.
I'm putting up a fight. I hate to let you guys know that. I'm putting up a fight.
But
What
you
are
see-
you gonna do? A pull up at him?
No, I'm gonna throw hands.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Ludwig's got to leave the room.
What Nick would do is he would climb a wall and he'd be, get me now.
Yeah, I'd be like I'd be like a luchador.
He's just on the ceiling.
Yeah, you gotta toe hook that.
But you see, the whole thing about, martial arts is that, it's a self-defense. It's like, if someone pulls a knife on you, if I have a chance to run away, I'm running away.
Run away is the better option. Yeah,
and it's the better thing to do. You use your martial art as a last resort. And this thing, when you see this in the movies, okay, what this is peace over war. This is war. This is peace. Peace over war. Okay, let's bring it, buddy. If you don't want to.
And you close the peace chapter.
Yeah,
and then
peace
the war
closes.
The war, it's war over
Paper
war.
beats rock.
Right.
And then you go, yeah, I won. And then you get to.
So I mean, it's like so it's now. If it was you, I know you're coming up.
Oh, hey.
Do you beat Ludwig?
See, he knows all my tricks.
Oh,
You've been wrestling for a long time.
And
the
the thing is that he also knows that I had a spinal fusion.
I know exactly where he's hurt.
He'd probably go for the ground game, and he is.
I'd flip him on his back and I'd go for the exact spine that's hurt.
He beat me in arm wrestling like how many years ago?
Well,
was
you
that?
shouldn't be arm wrestling.
So I mean, the thing
Dangerous.
is that. And plus, if I was to maim or kill him, I mean, Paloma would be really mad
She'd
at
be
me.
beside herself.
So I don't.
Unless
I
he deserves it.
don't think I would. I don't think I
could fight you, Peter.
I don't think I'd fight him.
I always tell this guy I couldn't fight him.
I fucking hate you, man.
That's such a mean thing to
I
say.
don't want to fight. I don't want to fight anyone. I just want to live and live.
Except for Aiden.
I just want to like sit on the beach, drink my cervezas with the water lapping at my underside.
Why do you keep bringing up the underside?
Because it kind of tickles
It's
Ludwig.
lapping.
I know,
It's a small pleasant
Because
feeling.
it's like cool,
Have you
but it's
ever
also
done
warm.
it? Have you ever taken
no,
a chaise, a lounge chair, and into the surf like this, and the water's up to here, and you're just sitting there with
It's
your
lapping the
cooler,
other side. I know.
Yeah,
it's just
and
it's
you're down
nice.
there.
And
It's
it's
like
lapping.
That was
you're
the
reading
first
a
time I
book.
felt love,
And
Peter.
you're reading a book.
your whole.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm reading a
Oh,
book.
yeah.
It's nice.
And it's
You know,
lapping.
getting a little raised, turning
Yeah.
brown.
Where would Santa go anywhere in the world? You get vacation tomorrow. You stay there for a month. Where would you go?
Belize.
Belize.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Where the hell is that?
You crazy motherfucker.
Out on the island.
What is Belize?
in South America.
Belize.
Yeah, Belize
No,
is cool.
dude.
If I had a
Belize
month,
these
I'd
nuts.
go to Belize, first row, right on the beach. You know,
You're a beach boy.
I like the beach.
You in the waves.
When are you
Yeah.
retiring, Peter? When are you gonna hang up the hat?
Paloma told me I have to retire when I'm 65.
65. Ooh, that's when the truly matures, the Roth, the 401k,
Zoros era.
the era.
What, do you want to work till you're 65? Do you like your job?
My job's getting old.
What do you
I mean,
do? Tell the people.
I'm a criminal defense attorney, family law attorney, landlord tenant attorney.
Did you ever come across the idea of being a billboard lawyer like Sweet James?
Oh no, I think that's so tacky.
Why?
That's
But you look so funny on the billboard.
There's many forms of advertising, but putting my face up on the billboard, going like, "I'll fight for your rights," that's just so.
And
gay.
no, yeah,
and you
Tempo
do-
Karate. So settlements over war.
Yeah, you could be the karate lawyer.
I could-
You be Sweet Pete.
I couldn't do that.
Sweet Pete will solve your legal problems now.
Sensei
Nah.
Peter will solve your crimes.
Did you ever see the sketch we did for Beyond the Summit where he was a lawyer? He was like a TV lawyer, and he was
No.
Hank Rutherford.
I'll show you that.
Show him. Yeah, I think
I'll
he'd
show
like
you
that
that.
shit.
Yeah, I'll show you my Rutherford sketch.
That was a good character.
Your
he
job's
had.
getting old?
Yeah, because you see the same types of crimes. You see different faces, same crimes.
Oh, it's
You
the
hear-
same
you
crime.
hear-
When's a new crime gonna
Well,
drop?
no, I'm just saying. You hear the same old thing over and over again, and after a while, it gets at the very beginning, the first 5 years, you're like, oh yeah, man, I'm sticking it to the man. I'm fighting for their rights, and when you get repeat clients who are doing the same old dumb shit,
Jades you.
it gets jaded. I'm gonna take this hat off because I'm getting hot up there.
Oh my God, you're a Ludwig stepdad. Holy shit.
Okay, restraining orders.
Yeah.
Can I get one without telling the person who I'm having a restraining order against?
Yeah, you absolutely can. I mean, you can make up shit. I could get a restraining
Wait,
order.
pause. Let's follow this thought.
Okay.
they don't know I got a restraining order against them.
Right.
But maybe I got one.
They will know sooner or later because they have to be notified of a two-party hearing.
If I have the restraining order and they infract it, like let's say I get a restraining order on someone because they've showed me their balls and I don't like that. And I don't want to see that.
Which is reasonable if someone were to expose
that would
themselves.
be reasonable, right?
It's
Indecent
not a reasonable
exposure.
reason.
A reasonable thing.
No. Because you get a restraining order if you're in imminent fear of physical harm.
I'm in fear of the stench.
And this person would never harm.
What about
you?
if I had tapes of the person saying they could kill me in one punch?
No, that's a contingent threat.
But
Bitch.
and I can't get a restraining order if they say that?
No. If I say, you know what? I could kill you in one punch is different than I'm going to kill you.
Okay, well, they said I'm going to kill me in one punch.
Okay.
Whoever this is, they sound cool.
Right.
They've definitely said, I'm going to kill you. I will kill you. I'll murder you. I'll eat your bones. I'll eat your bones.
Okay, that's and you believe them, and it's
the bones in your body they want to eat.
And they said it on tape.
Okay.
Would I get a restraining order pretty easy?
You could go for a restraining order, but ultimately there's going to be a two-party hearing where they get to tell their side of the story.
I get to tell.
Do I get the restraining order before they get to tell their side?
Yes, you get the restraining order. It's a temporary restraining order, maybe 2 weeks, 10 days.
Okay,
But then
so
they're going to schedule that. He's going to get served.
But yeah, but what if
They're going to get served.
Here's what I want to do. I want to get a 10-day restraining order.
Yeah.
I have the footage of him saying he wants to eat my bones.
Okay.
The judge grants it to me.
For 10 days.
He shows up to do the podcast. I don't know who this is. He shows up to the podcast.
that we do in this world.
Do we get to put him in jail?
Not unless he's been served with the restraining order. He has to get a copy of the
idiot.
I don't know why
of the I keep getting pointed at.
Yeah.
But this person would be able to come and do the podcast and have a huge wiener.
They would be able to have one, but they don't.
They
But the law would grant it.
He's got to know that there's a restraining order, in
Right.
which case he wouldn't be able to come and do the podcast.
Surprise, be like, you broke what you didn't know you have.
Right, yeah,
And
no.
then I put him in jail for a
you
while.
can't. No.
That's a good thing.
I would love to put you
I
behind
would
bars.
love to do this with Aiden. Why are you looking at me? It's funnier to do it to Aiden. Imagine we all got a restraining order against Aiden.
No judge would be like, yeah, that's a credible threat.
No, but
we thought he was a threat in your life. No, we didn't.
We would just tell him that he makes friends with strangers in grocery stores.
That
And the judge
doesn't
would be
get you a
that's fucking
restraining
weird.
order.
It doesn't get a restraining order.
But it should.
They would say it's fucking weird, though.
It's weird, but it's not going to get you a restraining order.
I got a legal question for you, Peter. So let's say I know someone from, let's say, back in the 80s who smoked a rat out until it couldn't complete a simple task. What grounds do I have?
I know a guy in, let's just say he's done LSD.
Yeah, I know a guy who is admitted to doing LSD.
Can I nail him for that?
Kind of a problem.
And making animals do the drugs.
Statute of limitations. Sorry, you're all done.
I don't know what statues are around here. I don't know how that's relevant to what we're talking about.
Statute of limitations.
I don't have many of those limitations. I would say
Statue that's in New York.
my biggest one is care too much.
Working too hard.
I like the one that's in Denver Airport of the horse.
It's a good one.
So you're saying I have no lawyerings I can apply in this situation?
No.
Have
Not for something that's 40 years old.
Have you ever seen a case where someone represented themselves?
Oh yeah, it's a disaster.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You never seen someone nice with it?
I love going up against in civil cases. I love going up against pro se litigants because it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
I don't like your tone.
Oh no, it is because
sounds
the judge even tells him and says, you know, you want to represent yourself. You know that you're going to be expected to follow all the rules of court. Just like a lawyer. They tell him this. I mean, and sometimes the judge says it like 2 or 3 times, you know, to like emphasize it. And
I think I clutched that.
I think they're hoping to just pull up like Jim Carrey and Liar Liar and swoon.
Who was a lawyer.
Yeah, but
and
he
who also
like
found the truth.
wasn't he like a fake-ish? Like
No,
in
he was-
terms of how the
he was a
proceeding
real
went, did he
lawyer.
do
I've
the
seen
job
Liar
right?
Liar.
he
way too many times.
was a lawyer who lied as part of, you know, it was unethical, but he lied all the time.
And he couldn't, and he got a curse, so he couldn't.
Why
got
can't?
cursed
But
and
don't you
lying.
have to lie as a lawyer?
No, actually, one of the rules of professional responsibility in every state is that a lawyer cannot knowingly misrepresent the truth.
But
Oh,
okay,
I didn't
that
know
doesn't
that.
make any damn sense.
Not only in their profession, in their, you know, as a lawyer, but even like in, you know, their personal life.
Wait,
Lawyers-
they can't
lawyers love
cheat on
this
their
word.
wives?
Well, that's not that you can cheat on your wife, but you can't tell your wife I'm not cheating because that would be misrepresenting the truth.
Lawyers love this word reasonable. And I learned this from our lawyer that we worked with that helped do a bunch of contracts. If you say, sweetheart, I was just out with her and my penis was just in there.
No, that's not the way you say it. I was just out with her, and she just sat on my penis on her.
And I can reasonably be assumed that, that I didn't mean for that to
I didn't mean
occur.
to bust my shit.
Yeah, and that was involuntary. And so that means we can still, be together as husband and wife and go to Christmas and Easter.
Yeah, that's really,
and that works.
Here's what I don't get.
If someone believed that, I got some sland that I want to sell them in Florida.
Yes, sir.
What I don't get, because I told you about this earlier. I saw this case on Twitter from like a decade ago. It was super viral, where a woman was on the show Cops, and she wanted to call in a hit on her husband. And one of her friends leaked this to the police. The police got a undercover agent to be the hitman, and she is recorded on this episode of Cops going, "Yeah, I'm 5,000% sure I want him killed." Pays the guy $7,000. They pretend, they make a fake crime scene. She shows up and they're like, he's dead. She bursts into tears.
I've seen this.
They bring her into jail, and then her husband's just there, and he's like
a reality show.
And she's like, "Come here," and he's like,
bro.
no.
No.
Oh my God, you're alive.
So she goes to jail. First trial didn't go great for her. Second trial, they try arguing that she was acting under threat of death from the hitman, that she wanted him killed, and it wasn't real. How is the lawyer's lying? He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe that she's acting.
No, well, see, here's the thing, is that the lawyer is not the one who's getting on the stand and testifying under oath.
Right.
Okay? So he's just presenting a defense. Now, the person who actually has to testify and provide evidence is his client.
Yeah. But deep
and
in
he's just giving a theory to the jury that the client has given him.
But when you're a lawyer,
he's not lying. He's just defending his client and giving a defense theory. Okay, but if he knows, see, here's the thing: if he knows what the truth is, because his client said, "Yeah, I put a hit out on my husband." Okay, if he knows that, if she told him that, and then he knows that she's going to get on the stand and said, I never did that. Well, he's suborning perjury, and she's perjuring herself. So what she's got to say when she hires a new lawyer is, "No, yeah, I never did this. I was threatened by this guy. I was under duress." And then the lawyer doesn't know anything different. I mean, because that's what his
lawyers
client.
aren't dumb. I feel like they would say, like, someone would go to a lawyer, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I called a hit," and then it'd be like, I feel like a lawyer would say, "No, don't tell me that. Tell me this."
Well, lawyers have to question their clients in a certain way.
Also, they get paid $400.
They don't want it. They don't want it. If they don't know the truth coming out of their client's mouth.
What is about attorney-client privilege?
Then the whatever's in the police reports and stuff doesn't matter. Those are all allegations.
Let me say, how about this? I have a lawyer. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Some guy put a restraining order out on me, and I violated it because he had
Soft hands. I wanted to feel him. He was nearby.
He had to get taken down.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my lawyer, and I say, "Hey, this is how this has went down. You're my lawyer now. By the way, I've got huge pepperoni nipples."
What?
Right. And
So what's like the legal following?
But attorney-client privilege says that if I tell him, no one can.
And you're
know
the only
this.
person that he's ever told in his life
that I got huge
about
pepperoni.
his huge pepperoni nipples. Let's say, and let's follow this thought for a moment, because I feel like we're losing you.
Okay.
Yeah.
He tells you this. You're the only person who's ever told this.
All right.
Let's say though, the town starts talking about his huge pepperoni nipples.
I'm talking puffers, Peter. I'm talking like,
I'm talking shirt on in the pool.
Okay.
and you're like, is the water soaking it? Like, is it soaking up the water? Is that why they're big? No, it's just natural.
Just
They're-
natural.
And the
Pepperoni.
barkeep's like, "Hey, should we order a cheese pizza? You supply the pepperoni," and he starts cracking jokes at him
And I'm like, what the hell is this?
because he only ever told one
And
man.
I only told one man.
Would you get in trouble?
No.
What?
But attorney-client privilege.
You leaked. If you're a lawyer.
Wait. You didn't, in your fact pattern, you never said that the lawyer actually told anyone.
Well, I'm saying you're the only person
He's
he's
the
ever
only
told
person
in his
I've ever
life.
told.
Yeah,
So it
but
can
he
be
goes to the
reasonable.
Well,
Well,
it's
it's
reasonable to expect
It's
that you can
reasonable
see them
to
through the
assume-
shirt because they're puffy.
Yeah, maybe
So
he goes to the
cruel.
pool. Maybe he goes to the gym. Maybe he's taking a shower at the gym, and there's other people that see
He
him. How do we
always
know
wears
that?
3 shirts.
In the pool.
Then would you get in trouble?
No.
If you were the leak.
No. First of all, you got to be the leak. You have to be. The lawyer has to be the leak.
Yeah.
and he's got to be able to prove that the lawyer is illegal.
Okay, let's say you go on a show, a podcast, a YouTube show, and you're dressed as Santa Claus,
Okay.
and you say, "My client has huge pepperoni nipples."
Okay.
And
Well, then that would be proof that but you have
say
to
and then I
sentence?
sue you.
Could you say that sentence out loud?
wait.
My client has huge pepperoni nipples.
No. So first of all, that lawyer who's on the podcast would have to mention his client by name.
Okay.
Oh, he can't just be like, I was working with this guy. Huge pepperoni nipples.
Right. That's not
That's not enough. Because he could be working with several pepperoni nipple guys.
It's not the most like insane thing to have.
They come a dime a
You
dozen.
see lawyers all the time on various shows,
Talking
and they're
about
talking
pepperoni
about
nipples.
cases. They don't mention name, but they mention scenarios, and they're usually talking about cases that they've had, but they just don't mention the client, so they're not breaching attorney-client privilege.
But it can be breached, and there are consequences.
Oh yeah, there's consequences.
I like Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I want to meet him.
he's a good guy, I think.
Me too. Can I hire you as a lawyer and sue him?
To meet Tom
Well,
Brady.
Into a reverse restraining order. He has to be close to me.
Well, there is such a thing as a frivolous lawsuit. So, number one, if you hired me and said, I want to sue Tom Brady for X, Y, and Z.
For emotional distress.
Okay, well, I'd have to meet with you. You'd have to give me something that I could like say, okay, I think there's something here.
2007 Super Bowl.
Okay.
They were 18-0. They went into it. They were about to win 19-0. They were going to win the big one. They lost. When they lost, I got made fun of at school for it.
Oh, the Giants, right?
Because there's one giant loss.
All right.
Perfect season was over. I would like to sue him for emotional distress.
Well, you could sue him. The lawyer who sued him would probably get a bar complaint for filing a frivolous lawsuit.
You get in trouble?
Yeah, you could get in trouble. A lawyer could
That's
get
some
in trouble
bullshit.
for filing
That's some
a...
bullshit.
I thought this country used
I just
want to
meet Tom Brady.
Okay,
the
what if
fuck?
I sued Tom Brady on behalf of his
do you
son?
own any of that cryptocurrency that went through FTX?
Oh.
You could sue him that way.
I sue him for
He promoted
being
it.
an
He
FTX
promoted
spoke.
it.
As a diehard Tom Brady fan, I bought a bunch of Doge.
I thought the Doge would make me
Good at
whole
football
again.
I thought it would make me good at football
And I relied on his representation as a spokesperson.
because I love Tom Brady and I trust
Yeah.
everything out of his mouth.
And he's a man of God.
And he's a man of God. And he has two kids that he loves so dearly.
Oh, he loves them.
I think he has three
he
kids
loves
actually.
his kids a lot.
Yeah.
What if I saw?
So that's the way you could do it.
And then I could meet him.
Yep.
What if I
You
saw?
might.
What if I saw like a video?
Oh no!
Okay.
Don't say this! Don't say this! Don't do this!
What?
What if I saw a video of Tom Brady kissing a child?
How do we get
And?
him sued?
And I wanted to sue him for kissing a child as a grown man.
Because
Can't.
I can't?
No.
Why not?
Because you don't have a
Because-
child.
Because you don't have any relationship to that child. How do you know
does
that?
the kid gotta what? Hire a damn
Well, the
lawyer?
kid's gotta hire a lawyer?
Call up Sweet Dan James.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why Sweet
Because
James is
actually,
around.
if what you're alleging is that it was like some sort of child pedophilia,
Yes,
then it would be a
I am
criminal
alleging that.
matter.
Don't allege that. Please don't allege that.
I hereby
Do not finish the
and
sentence.
with-
I allege.
Don't allege.
I allege hereby and
Stop
with
the alleging.
sincerity and complete genuine without a hint of irony or sarcasm that Tom Brady
Party cap drop at Falador. Party cap drop at Falador.
Audio jungle.
But anyway,
Okay, so you're saying I couldn't sue him. I guess I won't
no,
then.
I mean,
but Tom, you watch out.
there's rules.
There's rules.
There's rules.
There's rules. in
And,
the court of law.
and one of the biggest rules is that lawyers are not supposed to file frivolous lawsuits that they are baseless, and are just wasting the court's time.
You fuck with Legal Eagle?
Who?
He's a YouTuber. He breaks down like high
Oh, I
profile
think I've
cases.
seen. I think I've seen
He's
him
like
a couple
beautiful
times.
hair.
He's pretty good. I watch Legal Eagle.
I don't know. I don't know if I actually. I don't know. If
Is
I've
there
ever-
like a is there like a you know how like in the doctor world if you're like a chiropractor it's like pff, or whatever. Is there like a version of lawyer of that? Like is there a funny lawyer?
Paralegal.
The joke
a
lawyer?
Paralegal.
No, paralegals are like
No,
baby lawyers.
there's different levels. There's different areas of the law.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
There's like so
Civil,
many
criminal.
dozens of different areas of the law, like aerospace law, admiralty law, corporate law. But there's different levels, and
But you're at a mixer. They're all there. Who's getting made fun of?
There's
Yeah,
what?
who's at the
Yeah,
you're in a
who's-
mixer? Who's at the cool table? Who's chilling out maxing, and who is at like the kids' table? Like everyone's kind of like,
so
oh,
the cool
Jimbo's
lawyer
here.
is the international corporate lawyer. That's the person who's flying overseas and making deals, transatlantic or trans-Pacific.
That's lit.
You know, that's and
Amex
they're
Black
that are
Card.
corporate level, and those are pretty good.
Okay.
You know, and I'm saying like, then you got the bottom feeders.
Ooh.
The ambulance chasers.
No, those are personal injury. Personal injury lawyers make really good money.
Yeah, but they're on billboards.
But they're still making good
Tacky
money.
but rich.
You know,
Sweet Jane.
Sweet
you know,
Jane.
but then there's the bottom feeders.
Who's that? Like the civil engineers of lawyers.
No, then that's no. Well, collection attorneys. Attorneys who are like going after people for debt, credit card debt, things like that.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes they're going after people who don't have a dime to their name.
Then they're just going after people that.
Well, that's because they're
Are in
getting
shit
paid by
spot
the credit
anyway.
card, or they're getting paid by this debtor, or
They
this
sound like loan
bank.
sharks.
That's hard to.
No, I mean they're getting hired, they're doing a job, but it's when you're going after the poor for
You think I'd be a good lawyer, Peter?
you're all right.
Oh man.
Maybe
I'll
okay.
take it.
Give him an
I'll take it.
All right. Well, if you're watching this, please give us a billboard suggestion for Peter.
Oh,
It'll be
no.
up in the city of Boston
Yes.
No.
for the year of 2024.
It'll be right above the donkeys that everyone
We'll
goes
put
to.
it up in-
I think GOAT.
Goat. It'll say goat, and it'll be you in a Santa costume, and it says "Goat fight for you."
And he'll be doing the peace over war.
Submit your accuser. He's wearing a gi.
Dude, that'd be so sick, actually.
You're not about it.
Oops.
Oh my god.
Is your dojo? They do like the little tape on the belt? You get like red tape lines on the belt. Is that a thing?
Yeah, because there's different levels.
There's levels, right?
There's different levels of, brown. There's like the first degree, second degree, third degree brown belt. So you get a little tape on it.
Yeah.
Black belt, same thing.
Peter, you still got hair, man.
I do.
It looks
More
really
than you.
good.
Oh.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm saying it, asshole.
Although I was really impressed with your temporary hair
I know,
replacement,
right?
Tony Stark.
and the chick who put it on you.
Yeah, she was cool.
Did you go visit her in Vegas?
Did I visit her?
You did.
Have you gone and visited her?
No.
Well, you did, didn't you?
No, I mean, I got it like put back on.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you meant?
Afterwards.
No, Peter.
She dressed up for you.
I don't think that's the
She
case.
likes you.
Peter, your hair looks really good for being such an old man.
Stop saying that.
I just got a haircut because the shorter I cut it, the less gray you can
your
see.
hairline's really good. I'm just so impressed. I can see what she sees in you, and I'm
Who?
glad she ended
Who?
up with you and not me.
Oh, okay.
Don't.
What?
You weren't in the competition, by the
You
way.
weren't in the competition.
You weren't in the running.
Jeez,
You
you
think
were probably. Wait, I don't know.
I was a young buck.
Oh yeah.
21.
You were not 21.
I think I was.
It was
What?
2013.
2013.
I was 23.
Oh my god! Holy
He's
shit!
so old.
I was 17.
I was 17.
23. Yeah, you weren't.
I was 23.
You weren't in the running.
I was cleaning your guys' pool.
Yeah, that's why you weren't in the running.
I was
you were-
cleaning your pool. I was setting up your
And
cable
I-
TV
yeah,
outside.
I had these little fucked up shorts on.
Oh no! Oh, the tidy whities.
Yeah,
the tight ones.
remember? I had hair. Tony Starr.
Down to my ass, I had hair.
That was it.
Those are good days.
Oh, great.
He knew the dopest indie bands and had the most water lapping up. You had nothing.
That's
So
true.
were you really a pool boy? Were you really clean pools?
No, I cleaned cars. I was not a pool boy.
So did you have to like get up and press your chest to the window while they were in there
Carl's Jr.
scrubbing
style.
it?
It wasn't like Carl's Jr. style, no.
Carl's Jr. style car wash. And you charged 3x.
I worked at a dealership and I washed cars all day, and it was hard.
Yeah, it
And
is.
then, like you, Peter, I applied to Columbia, didn't get in.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah,
For undergrad?
MFA, no, MFA
Oh,
in creative writing. It's
Oh,
like the
yeah,
best
yeah.
in the country.
Oh,
but-
actually, they have a great writing school.
yeah, it's insane. You gotta go for it. You know, extra Emily went to Columbia.
Yeah,
Isn't that fucking crazy?
it is fucking crazy.
She walks like this.
Yeah, she does T-pose when she walks. What is that?
Yeah, she walks like a penguin.
Bless her heart.
I think it makes her more comfortable, but it is weird.
She's
Yeah.
cool. Ah, Peter.
They threw Columbia. It's funny, Columbia.
You got beef,
I
huh?
hope the Alumni Association doesn't hear about this, but
They do watch us.
They were on our Patreon.
They send me like requests for donations, like probably half a dozen times a year.
That's too much.
And you know, I'm high on their list because, you know, I graduated like 30 years ago or more than that, more than 30 years ago. So like they must think I'm making a lot of money. And they kicked my fraternity off campus for some infractions of a few brothers. I'm not going to mention the fraternity name, but they kicked my fraternity off campus about 10, 15 years ago. So my answer is every time they call me on the phone to ask me for a donation, I say, I'm not donating through the Alumni Association because you kicked my fraternity off campus and took away our house. And so I'll donate to the national fraternity organization, and I'll with directions that money's supposed to be given to Columbia Fraternity Brothers.
You tell the person raising money that?
I do,
and they're like, I don't even know what.
And I tell them the name of their fraternity. I said, just pass this along. That's why I'm not giving you guys any money.
And would you like Thin Mints with your donation? We're actually doing a.
Did you chug beer fast?
Oh yeah.
Do you still got that dog in you?
I did funnelators, man. You know, put the funnel like this, a big funnelator with a big, rubber tube that goes like this. You go.
Santa Claus.
Peter,
you in glizzy mode.
Pause.
No, don't pause. Let him cook, man.
There's ways that could have been interpreted that were different than your intention.
No, don't let him get you down, Santa. Santa, you did your thing, and that's all we know.
Peter, do you think you could chug a beer faster than me?
No.
You're so humble.
I don't chuck anymore.
You're just so honest.
He's honest to a fault.
To a fault.
Have you ever lied to me?
That's a yeah.
I don't think so.
When you're sneaking around.
When you're sneaking around, you lied to his dumb ass.
No, that's an act of omission.
Yeah, that's different.
He's such a lawyer.
Oh my God.
You know what my mom says to that? Lying by omission is still lying.
Yeah, I disagree with her on that.
You guys do fight on that often.
All the time. We fight about that all the time.
She's right, by the way.
No, she's not.
Well,
You're not. You're not, Paloma.
She's watching.
I think you're right. And beautiful.
Don't try it.
Don't, buddy. All right, Peter, I got to call you out on one more thing.
All right.
Why do you still watch Marvel? It's felled off. It's okay to quit.
Oh, you watch fucking busted ass Marvel now? Where you watch like Captain Marvel 2 and shit?
Okay. So, the reality is that I've been reading comic books since like 7th grade. Third grade, 7 years old. And Marvel and DC. Both of them. I know the universes very well from the comic book. And you know what? It's great to see them bringing these stories to the screen. So, yep, some of them suck.
All of them suck now.
No, they don't.
What's the last good one? Last good one, go.
What?
Last good one. The last one that tickled you that you went, yes, we fucking...
Like water or the ocean?
Well, I want to say the Infinity Stones War, the two...
Brother, that was 5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago.
Those are great. Those were good.
That was 5 years ago. So you're saying 5 years they've a dry spell, you're still rocking with them?
I still,
I mean, that's a blip in their history.
Right. It's a
5
blip.
years? That's nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing.
For Marvel?
Iron Man came out 2008, so their whole history's 15 years. It's a third of it.
Yeah. I don't think they ever thought it was going to do so well.
No, they didn't.
Of the MCU.
Of the MCU.
I did not.
I'm still waiting for them to make a really good Fantastic Four movie because all of them sucked.
Yeah.
Keep waiting, bro.
I think I saw the first one when I was like 11.
At least the first one had Dr. Christian Troy and the guy from The Shield in it.
Yeah. The Shield, what was it? The
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a great series. I liked that one. I liked Daredevil. They never did enough.
You liked Daredevil.
I liked
with
Daredevil.
Brad Pitt.
No,
sorry, Ben Affleck.
No, not that one. No.
Oh, the show.
The show with what's his name, Charlie
Dude,
something.
the Ben Affleck one sucked so bad.
No, the series that they're gonna they're bringing
you should
it
watch
back.
the old one.
They didn't do enough with Jessica Jones or Luke Cage. They got to bring him into the Marvel universe because
he's a comic book head.
Yeah,
52 years reading that shit.
And Iron Fist. That was a good series. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone can make his fist glow like hot iron and like punch through steel walls and stuff like that.
That seems like a pretty, no offense, lame power.
Yeah, no, but he's a martial artist and he can like put his hand. See, Iron Fist right over there. Iron Fist.
Look up Iron Fist Rule 34 zipper.
Big hand.
Don't do that.
Iron Fist.
No,
is
don't
cool.
actually.
No. This is fun. It's like a Yoshi's Island minigame for 1-ups.
But Iron Fist is cool.
Just pick one.
It's got some supernatural
Peter,
components.
we're gonna watch something perhaps pornographic here. Feel free to close your eyes.
Pick one.
What?
This might be a graphic image.
What?
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, no. That's not what I was talking about. I was not talking
Old
about
Iron
that.
Fist, eh?
No.
Peter, you ever gamble?
I do. I like playing cards.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it has been known for me to take away all of Ludwig's money
No way.
in Texas Hold'em.
Okay.
I love that.
On occasion, I have.
He doesn't know your tricks there.
No.
Actually,
I've taught him a few tricks.
Peter.
But like, see, the problem with playing Texas Hold'em for me is that I'm usually drinking.
Mhm.
And you got to drink, you got to get to that right level that gives you just enough,
Oh my
enough
God.
temerity and balls to like be able, but also that you don't go over the top, because the way to win at Texas Hold'em is to lose the least amount of money.
True shit.
Sometimes it is, and so, but yeah,
Peter, God bless his heart, has in the past. I'll give him this. I'll give him very few things in life. But he's beaten me in Texas Hold'em.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
because you
he's
play
also
tight.
ta-
You play
and he's
tight
a-
like a fucking
No,
OMC.
No,
beat me.
that's not true. That's
It's
not
because
true.
I was playing loose. I was doing too many plays.
You're the OMC. Old man.
Am I?
Basically, an OMC is an old man who only plays premium hands and drinks coffee.
He was playing tight.
No. But see, I don't drink coffee when I don't do that.
Okay,
Oh
okay,
wait,
okay,
no
okay.
way. I mean,
So,
you
so he destroyed you?
So he in the past he's been.
Yeah,
And I'm
in the
talking
past.
in the past 5 years. Anyway,
Okay.
we play in France. He's fucked up.
Oh, I was fucked up. was that the night I was drinking?
Yeah.
I was drinking the Jamesons.
You
and
were
I
sipping
drank,
the
and
Jameson.
I drank half a liter of Jamesons. Oh, I was feeling
Fuck
no
yeah.
pain.
Peter was fucked up.
What was the occasion? Just
It was first night in France.
First night in
of
France,
course,
baby.
right?
And so we're playing, and I know Peter's fucked up because every time it goes to him, he's like, "What's the call?" And it's like, bro, it's just the blinds. and the blinds hadn't
All right.
changed. And the blinds hadn't changed. And he did it every time.
I was doing really well for a while, but then I went over that line. Remember that line I'm telling you? You
Yep,
can't go
yep.
past that line.
So anyway, that's my plan if I ever play you again, Peter.
Peter, I want to
But
do
I like playing like Spanish 21.
Oh, they love card games.
And
We'll play some card games today.
you up or down lifetime.
Oh, probably down. You see the thing that doesn't really matter. And I like to play Texas Hold'em on the tables,
Yeah.
where you're playing against the house only.
Oh, you're disgusting.
Yeah, well, sometimes you pick your battles.
That's fair.
He's just like sipping a beverage.
You're just playing against math at that
No,
point.
that's just entertainment. See, you don't go and gamble unless you have the money to lose. If you spend 3 hours at the table and you lose $300 when you walk away after 3 hours, then that was your entertainment for 3 hours, cost you $100.
Such a
That's
lawyer.
the way you got to look at it.
No. You don't look at it that way. You look at it as if there's diamonds in the mud, and if you keep going and going and going, the
might get to
diamonds
them.
they'll be there, and you'll get them.
have to keep
Okay,
clawing
yeah,
out.
Get
yeah,
them.
okay. You know
And
what?
if you lose $300, you pay $300 more.
That's called obsession.
No.
Okay, and you
No,
might,
it's-
you
I
might
would
as-
call it
tenacity.
How about dedication,
Yeah.
yeah,
Power
I
of
don't
will.
know.
Being a winner.
fervor, love.
Remember the
No,
name.
I mean I
Sex-
I like to gamble, but you know what? I'm not
You're not addicted.
passionate about it.
Mm.
I like to do it.
Take it or leave
It's
it.
like, going skiing. I go skiing and I don't ski every weekend, otherwise I'd be divorced. But 6 to 10 times a season, and I'm like, okay, yeah, now it's time for springtime.
you fuck on the slopes. You go hard.
I go hard.
Peter,
Yeah.
do you fuck on the slopes like he says?
I try to push the limit and do black diamonds.
That's
Yeah.
that's
You doing
scary.
jumps?
That's scary shit.
No, not anymore.
Mm.
Not
Bad
anymore.
for
I'm
the
too scared.
knees.
I'm terrible at snowboarding. I've always wanted to be good at it. I'm terrible at it.
I messed up my knee about, what was it? Oh, about
few years
maybe
ago.
about
Not even 2 years ago.
12.
You my dad
12
once.
years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2015.
Oh, never
I
mind then.
tweaked my knee really
My
bad.
dad, when he was a young guy, I was 2 years old. He jumped off of
No.
a second-story building
Yeah.
to get workers' comp, so he didn't have to work anymore.
Ooh, well,
And it
yeah.
didn't work. And then his knee was fucked up for his entire life.
Right. Yeah. I'm not gonna. No. Yeah.
So you and my dad are the same.
Yeah. I messed up my knee at back east skiing.
Son of,
And,
I
a,
love back east.
son of a damn bitch.
I'm not gonna say the name of the place because they might not let me back. But
Because you fucked up your knee.
yeah.
Why would they not let you back for that?
Because might give the ski slope some bad vibes.
And that, my friends, was the Yard Christmas special. That was
a Yard Christmas special.
That
You
was
guys
the Yard Christmas
surprise
special.
attacked me with Peter. I brought John by accident.
And we gotta go give him like a fruit basket or something.
Yeah,
now.
we got to apologize to him. He's drinking water out of the toilet
Give him
right
kisses
now.
on the cheek.
We can give him kisses on the cheek.
We're gonna give him a beautiful Christmas dinner tomorrow.
Maybe the primo we put him on. He's Australian Santa, and he likes that a lot.
What are we doing tomorrow?
We're doing Christmas. Oh, tomorrow's not Christmas.
Oh,
Never mind.
It's
Tomorrow's
Christmas
nothing.
Steve.
Tomorrow we're just, I don't know. You want to smoke a spleef?
No, I was thinking about stopping and getting some Jamesons.
You should put this guy into some gummies. Woo!
Yeah.
The thing
Who
is,
says I'm not
Okay.
already there?
You're right. I didn't mean.
I don't gotta put OG on. He puts me on.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Peter.
Well,
Despite our
thank you.
differences.
Oh, by the way, Ludwig's going to give me your phone number. There might be some people coming and knocking on your door to make sure that you call me to set up a dinner reservation at Del Frisco's.
They're just gonna make sure that the reservation's made.
Yes.
I would love to go to Del Frisco's with you.
Because you
and
owe
have-
me some shit, brother.
I do. Yes, I do. And I will.
and
I will treat you.
it better be some edible.
Kung Fu Santa's here. And
Yes.
he's pissed off.
And I don't want you disrespecting my stepfather.
It'll be a magical evening. With
Don't
you.
disrespect my black stepfather.
And I'm not driving, so you better make sure I have a way home because I'm going to
course.
be drinking Grey Goose martinis.
Yeah, you top
and
shelf.
Top shelf stuff, baby.
Okay, I get it.
And
Grey
we
Goose,
want
Belvedere,
water
show-
at the table.
Yeah,
Lapping.
Bottled, sparkling, and still lapping my underside and such.
Paloma likes, she likes
I
fine
know
red
she likes
wine.
that.
Fine red-
Oh my god!
What you can't get that here. That was softball. But you know what? She's watching. She's watching.
Paloma is a fucking gem. Excuse my French.
Yes, yes.
She's a gem and she's lovely, and I'm glad she's here. And I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in,
Ciao.
Primo. Have a good
Merry
one.
Christmas,
Goodbye.
everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Goodbye.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
And then on top it'd be like Drank Man, and under it'd say please.
Here, pause. PLZ.
Drink with PLZ.
I can't have
I
Drake
can have
Man.
Drake Man.
That'd be so
Wait, that'd be
sick.
awesome,
Oh,
actually.
God.
Could I has Drake Man, please?
The short answer is we might get there, but I
Yeah.
do think Dracula Flow is actually really unique and well written, and it might end up sort of a time capsule that didn't age poorly.
I think I found out where Drink Man Please is from.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Beyond.
But beyond, yeah,
The
Dracula
video.
Flow. I think it's from Sean.